So we're here with Laura Holbrook, who is the
I teach theater and dance, and I am the coordinator for the visual and performing arts here at South Hills.
Oh, impressive. So how long have you been doing that?
Well, I've been here for 26 years, but coordinator for just about 5.
Okay.
So keeps me busy.
So how many dance classes do you have?
I only teach myself 2. I teach right now dance production, and I teach what we call beginning 10th through 12th. But we have 4 classes of beginning 9th graders in dance, but they have more physical fitness as well, so we added the beginning 10th so that they get more technique.
Yeah.
And then we have an intermediate class, and the other dance teacher teaches that as well. I went to Cal State Fullerton and got a degree in, at that time they didn't have actually a dance major, which they do now. In fact, I think they have an MFA in dance as well. But at the time, they had an emphasis in dance as a theater major. And that's what I got. And then I went on and got my master's at Claremont Graduate School in education. In order to teach dance for me, I came in as an English and theater teacher, which was a credential in, you have to have an English credential even to teach theater. And then because I was a dance major at college, I had what they call a dance supplementary credential because I had the units necessary to teach dance.
Okay. Is there any other kind of sport that you've had? Any like training, background?
I started in dance in studios.
Okay.
So I did studio from the time I was in junior high through college, but then I went into a dance program in college. So.
What kind of challenges do you face when you're here teaching?
Well, in most high schools, the arts are not always first on the list. And so what I find challenges are getting the support we need for our programs. For instance, we teach dance in this room up here. It is not a studio, and if you can't see them from where we are, but we have portable mirrors that we bring down.
Okay.
That it took many years to get the money because they're very expensive. So we now have portable mirrors, and we also have another room that we use as a dance room, but it was not originally a dance room, and we have the same problem in that room that we have here. We have carpeting on a cement floor, which is just sad, and so we have a challenge there.
Have you found it difficult to coordinate with like the sports or athletics departments?
Yes,
at school?
that is hard.
How?
I think one of the biggest issues is that we are always kind of on the bottom rung of what is considered important. If you've got a kid that wants to be in your musical or wants to be in your program and they're in a sport, their coach will say, there's no give. We will not give. They're either in my sport or they're not going to do it, and that's their choice. And even band does that. It's like you are either in my program 24/7, or if you miss, forget it. So it's hard, and I've had to be a little more hard-nosed about that and say, fine, but you miss what I do, and it's all over.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you just don't get them here. I love that I get to be creative. I get to direct, I get to choreograph on a regular basis, I've got people to create dances on. I get to, really be in the arts on a daily basis. I love it. I like to be here for that reason, because I'm passionate, I think, about what I do, and I like to give that passion to the students so that they go on. I have a lot of students that have gone on and done a lot of things in dance or in theater that have gone on. And so that makes you feel good when you know that there are people that go on and work in the arts. It kind of, right out of high school, I was accepted to Cal State Fullerton as a dance major. And I didn't go because I kind of was on my own out of high school and didn't think I had the budget or the money to do it. So I went straight straight to work and went to a community college, did my undergrad, all my general ed, and didn't get back into dance, and then had that thing that happens where everybody tells you, oh, you don't want to be a dance major because there's no jobs out there, and that's just not the way to go. Don't do it. And so I got pulled into that, and I was doing elementary education, and one day went, you know what? It's not what I want.
Yeah.
And this was, I went back to school when I was 20. I had already had my general ed and some other courses and things out of the way, but I went back to school at 27 as a dance major at Cal State Fullerton, and just said, you know what? I'm just going to go for it and do it.
Yeah.
And then right after I got that done, I did my teaching credential, and then I started looking, because I thought, yeah, I want to teach. I want to teach dance somewhere that pays and has, because unfortunately, studios, which I did most of my life, you're not full-time, you don't have a health plan, you don't have any of those things, and I had a family, and I was single at the time with my family, so this is the perfect setup.
Yeah.
Common injuries.
Sprained ankle. I mean, you get sprained ankles, you get broken toes. Those kind of things are not uncommon. We do have some freaky things. I had a girl. I don't know if you were here when this happened. I had a girl doing. She was a great little dancer, and we were working at a rehearsal, and she whipped down in a plie, and it was supposed to be a head rolling down and coming up the other side, and she literally hit her head on her knee and knocked herself out. So that's not the norm, but a lot of sprained ankles, broken toes, those would be the things that you're going to have the most.
Do you find that getting a budget, like from the school, is difficult? Is that?
We don't have a
That
budget.
thing says it all.
We don't have a budget. Literally, my budget comes from ticket.
Ticket sales. Yeah.
So when we do, I do 3 shows a year. When we get one of our best money-making shows is the dance concert, because we're not paying royalties on a play. We're not doing that. But at the end of the year, I hope that I have enough money to go to the next year. But to give you an idea, I pay choreographers to come in, to have guest choreographers, which I think is really important for the kids. And I give them what I would consider an honorarium, which is just basically gas money and very little, I mean, if they're willing to take it. And basically, I've been told that there's no stipends available budget, that has to come out of our money. And even to pay my other dance teacher, who puts in a bunch of time, comes out of our budget. So I've learned to be very frugal and very, I mean, I probably have more money in my budget than a lot of people do, but I try and keep it quiet.
Yeah.
and then I can do what I need to do. But hopefully at the end of the year, I come out ahead and then can go to the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Self-sufficient.
It is. I don't have to ask, I just do. And I mean, I don't have to get permission for the most part. I have to have invoices and that kind of thing, but I don't have to say, gee, can I go buy this? I just go buy it. And it comes out of my account. So that's okay. I've done that since, in fact, when I first hired on here, I guess they didn't have an on-campus drama person, and they had people coming in, and I guess they got in the red terribly because they come in and they had no investment in the program, so they come in and spend a bunch of money. So when I went in for my interview many years ago, the one thing they said to me is, can you stay within a budget and can you stay out of the red? And I had never done it before, and I said, yeah, sure. Why not?
Sure.
Of course. And I have. I've never been in the red since I started here. We've always had money. I mean, not always a lot, but we've always managed. So. It's funny because when we were going over the budget for choreographers for this last show, and I was trying to figure out what I could pay, I went online to see what other districts did for either a dance teacher or for just a stipend for somebody coming in. And one of the things that came up when I was Googling all this was, dance teacher, don't expect to get a lot of money. And I was like, But I'm paid as a regular teacher, so, because that's,
Yeah.
and I've got 26 years, and I have the highest end, because I have a master's plus so many units, so I'm on the highest scale and have been here forever. So the scales can run from, like, I don't know, 40,000 or something to start, but I'm at the higher end, so I'm at 80-something thousand. So, I mean, I'm lucky because
Yeah.
I am doing, when I started, I was teaching English and a lot of things that I didn't really necessarily want to do. And now I pretty much teach all the classes I want to, and I'm at the high end of the scale. So it's nice, and you also get, I get a stipend for being the drama director, and it's never compared to the hours you put in, never enough, but it still is a little extra. And then I'm also get into, you know, I think you need to be a really patient person. You need to be flexible. You need to be passionate.
Right, I was going to say, it sounds like you got love.
Because if you're not passionate, you're not going to make it. You have to be passionate about what you do. And I think in the end, you may be going through a show and going, oh, this is terrible and hard, and I'm here every day, and I'm the first one here, last one to leave. And then you see the show, and you see how excited these kids are, the ones that graduate and go on to do other things, and it makes it worth it. It does make it worth it. I had some of my kids write that an English teacher gave to me essays regarding how they felt about our program and what I gave them, and you know that's where the rewards are. But flexibility and